Happy Pride Month, y'all.
Happy Pride! Well, I guess this is the Retrospect Video Game Podcast, wherever you are, wherever you may be listening to us.
I got yelled at last week because I was
live from
just
the Gene Parmesan Memorial Studios. We are three friends who sit around and drink the liquor and talk about video games, fun facts, and the history behind them. Joining me in studios, sitting to my right, is the wonderful Andy.
Game over, man. Game over.
And the lovely person who gives us a place to actually record. He is Weldy Time.
The place to record is currently underwater.
Hey, it's splish splash and taking a bath over here.
Yeah, it's just over in one quarter, though.
It could be a lot worse, you know?
Yeah, for a house that was built in 1915, this isn't so bad.
I mean, this just goes to show that wherever Weldy is, that old lady's getting wet.
Mm-hmm. I wish I lived the life you thought.
He does. Don't let him fool you, guys. Don't let him fool you. I am your host, Ricky the Afro King. So let's start off as we usually do. Andy, tell me, what's new with you, brother?
I had my birthday, not yet, but after this podcast dropped, I had a birthday, so yay! I don't know what I did yet, so that's what I did for my birthday.
Well, if you guys are wondering what he is going to do during this podcast, we're going to partially celebrate it by getting him slightly intoxicated. I can't get him full blown.
Drive.
I can't get him full blown because he is my DD, not my DD, but he is my driver tonight. He ain't my DD, but he is my driver tonight. But I got a little drinky drink for him here. We're going to celebrate with that.
I told you guys got couches here if you guys needed
hard crash. I actually have to get up early in the morning. And the last time I stayed somewhere on someone's couch with children, they definitely woke up the next day and was like, why is Uncle Ricky laying on the couch?
Is this our new dad? Give me that juice box, bitch. Slap across the face.
My kids will wake you up at the ass crack of 6:40 a.m.
Yeah, no, negative, Captain. That don't work for me, brother.
That's, well.
Weldy, what's new with you?
Waking up at the ass crack at 6:40 a.m.
School is over with. What are they still doing waking up that early?
They're just up. I had my son a couple months ago. He woke up at 5:30, wanted to play. We were playing soccer in his room at 5:35 a.m.
Jesus.
He was kicking goals into his soccer net at 5:35 a.m. I'm like, bruh.
I just want everybody out there to know that if you ever want really good birth control, just listen to your friends that have kids. Listen to their stories about their children, and you'll understand why I have somehow managed to avoid having kids all these years.
Well, I tell you what, there was a really touching moment. My daughter had her 4th dance recital.
Aww.
When I got out in the hallway, because we had it at high school near us, the auditorium cleared out. I was going to pick her up. She was in her ballet dress, and she saw me, and she goes, Dad. She ran like very baby-like, and she runs towards me and like, Mads. And I kneel down, and she runs, and she jumps right into my arms, and it gives me a big hug. And I said, honey, you did so great. Then she hauled off and punched me right in the dick.
Yeah,
it's a true story. She was so like wound up. I was like, you did so great. And then for some reason, just she was so full of energy. She just
she had to make you less energy.
Right hook, right square in the dong.
A full hook?
Man.
Yeah, was it a jab?
It was I wasn't ready for it.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, she like wound up. Her whole body went into it. She's solid. Like she's 4.5 feet tall already, and she's 5.
As a speedrunner, you're supposed to recognize those.
Yeah, you're supposed to catch those. You know,
when she starts flashing.
Yeah. You're supposed to catch those. Yeah, that build up, you're supposed to catch. Yeah.
Mario starts counting me out. That's about what it was.
That's exactly what it is. I guess if it circles back to me, I suppose, on what's new with me, I went to go see the movie Sinners twice in theaters.
Damn, twice.
That movie was so fucking good. And I know that by the time you guys hear this, it will already be on DVD or streaming. I promise you absolutely need to watch it. I swear to fucking God, it is that good. It was so good that I went to the theaters by myself to watch it in the middle of the day and then went home. Well, actually, I left the theater, sat in my car for about 10 minutes, soaked in the emotion from that movie, then went home, told my girlfriend that we need to go see it, and we saw it a few days later.
Ooh.
It's that good of a movie. Look at me getting all choked up over here. It's definitely not the beer.
Oh, talk about movies and video game movies. Did I say this last time we all watched Minecraft?
Yes, you told me that you didn't.
Oh, yeah, I took the daughter, her girlfriend's daughter, and my brother's kids.
Was the theater a mess? nervous when the whole thing was
actually,
done?
it was pretty chill. No one was like, they were like wanting to do it, but
Nope.
then the whole chicken jockey scene wasn't as exciting as it makes out to be in the TikTok videos.
Oh,
I think it's potentially more of a depending on the time of day or night that you go and or
Yeah.
the crowd that you might be around. If it's just like you and a bunch of kids, then yeah,
No,
you're
it
not
was
gonna...
like me, and then there's like 2 other families there.
Yeah, there was no way those parents were gonna let that
Yeah.
shit slide. That chicken jockey shit scene from like the TikToks is
Yeah.
absolutely just
That's all full of middle school kids. And
yeah, just the most horrendous middle and high school kids. It's just it's
on a
stupid.
random Friday night.
Absolutely horrible.
another birth control.
It is. It's more. Yeah. You guys think that small children are bad? Wait until they get to their fucking
Puberty.
to hit puberty. Yeah, then it really ramps up.
Hey, son, how you doing? Skibbity Riz, Dad.
You're too Ohio.
Skibbity Ohio, Dad.
Yeah, nope. See, I don't even understand what they're saying right now, and I'm sure they're just pretending to make up shit.
Skibbity Ohio, Dad.
You don't have the Riz.
What have I told you about saying that?
No, I'm joking. I know some of it just because I know of the Rizzler. And I have seen some of the kid got Riz. But I guess outside of the movies, the only other thing that's new with me is I did start playing Dredge, Drege. It's a really fun game. Then got it on the Switch. It's like 20, maybe $30, maybe at most. Real fun game. Had a fun time playing it. I'm still playing it right now. I think I just downloaded it this past week. I haven't been able to put it down. You got a little boat. You go around. You do some fishing. You got to worry about Cthulhu trying to murder you out there on the water. You get paranoid out there when you're out too long. I'm not going to give away too much more. I just gave away all of it. But it's really fun to play. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I watched a few different streamers play it before going to bed. I was like, hey, yo, wait a second. This looks entertaining. Should probably actually stop and actually buy it myself. There's my new game that I've played. So
one new movie and one new game.
One new movie.
They're both
and
10 out
one
of
new
10
game.
for you. Good deal.
Absolutely. Speaking of games, Wody, you got a game for us this week?
I do. Well, first off, what are we drinking?
Hi.
Hey.
Gotta call Ricky out.
Yeah, I was
'cause he
going to
didn't
say,
get
that's what
Mr.
happens when you're the
substitute host over here.
Substitute. How dare they?
Ricky, what are you on?
I am drinking the El Segunda Brewing Company. It is the Steve Austin's Broken Skull.
Oh,
the
hell
American
yeah.
Lager. Yeah. So give me a hell yeah, brother.
Oh, hell.
Oh, hell yeah.
I need a McDouble.
I got myself a good old Stony Maroni right here. I'm ready to crack a few of these. And then I also have a bottle of the Smirnoff whipped cream vodka sitting next to me that I will be nipping on and passing along to everybody else down here tonight
Ooh.
to celebrate Andy's upcoming birthday.
Wonderful.
Turning old this week.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Andy, what are you drinking?
Trying to make it a habit because I was going to bring another bottle down, put it in your fridge, and then swap it out for another bottle every week.
There you go.
Well, it's summertime, so I got some St. Julian Boom Pop. Tastes like a bomb pop. It's a wine.
Dang it.
And drinking local again, St. Julian. Well, not so local, but Paw, Michigan.
Where did you get that at? Because now I'm going to
Where-
want to get one. And the
I'm going to
last
say
time
the place that I work at,
well,
but probably not the one in our local town.
damn
Definitely,
it. Because
definitely
the
not the
last
one in our local town. They don't have anything up
Talk
there.
to the store manager and say, Andy told me you need to get this in here.
Well, the last 2 or 3 things that you brought over that were like really good, I actually had to go up to Fort Wayne and go get them from there.
Yes.
You make that sound like it's a bad thing. It's like a 15-minute drive up the road.
It's we don't stop at the south end of town because whenever time I'm there with my kids.
Leave them in the car and lock the doors.
I can tell you lots of people do it.
I'm sure that the wife is in the car the whole time. I'm sure that she doesn't let you have the kids by yourself.
Yeah.
He actually had to think about it, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, I do have the kids by myself every once in a while, but we're always spending time at Chuck E. Cheese.
So
that
stop by
is,
the
that is
drinking at
definitely
Chuck E.
a dad
Cheese's.
trip.
Actually, it's not too bad. Well, a lot of people make it out to be a bad thing. We just actually spent yesterday at Chuck E. Cheese.
He says Chuck E.
Damn, how often
Cheese.
do you go to Chuck E. Cheese?
Why don't you ever go to Jungle George's?
They're not open anymore.
What are you talking about? They just moved into a bigger facility.
What?
Yes.
Why did I not know this?
Literally,
I thought they closed.
In the same parking lot, they just opened up a bigger facility of Jungle George's.
What the hell? Why did I not know this?
Yeah, I know this because I drive past it every day in their super bright green warehouse building.
Damn it.
I'm not joking. It looks like a Dollar General, just painted bright green with a giant monkey clip art put on the front of it.
Can you explain what Jungle George's is for the listeners?
Jungle George's is like Chuck E. Cheese and or DZ, the Discovery Zone. It's just like one of those places where you go arcade, you got the crawly net things, you got the ball pit. I don't know.
They
if
still have the ball pit?
I don't think they actually had the
I
ball
thought
pit.
they did away with those
God.
because
I
of
think they
bacteria.
did. I think
Yeah.
they did away with the ball pit.
Awful.
But they definitely have like the little tubes and crap that the kids crawl through up and down and around. I think they have the laser tags. They definitely have a lot of arcade machines there. I went to a Jungle George's probably about 6 years ago for one of my friends. It was her kid's birthday that they celebrated. I got invited, showed up, gave gifts. It's a really nice environment. You know, it feels like an in between a Dave and Buster's and a Chuck E. Cheese, you know, where it's just like maybe not like, I mean, you could take your small ones, but it doesn't feel so much like a small kid. Like you could be kind of maybe older and go, like you could be maybe 10 or 8 to 10 and go to a Jungle George and be okay with that.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Yeah, well, just keep your power gloves off her, pal, huh?
What's today's game?
Are we ready now?
No, hold on a moment. Now we're not. Now I'm forcing the bottle to go around, so everybody gets a nip of this. So we'll start off with me. We got, like I said, we got the whipped cream.
I was all
smearing off
excited,
our-
like leaning over and smiling, and like, oh.
I hope you guys are ready for this episode to just degenerate terribly.
We've polished off a bit of that bottle already.
We did.
Ooh.
We sat out in Andy's car and drank a bit of it.
Ooh.
We're not alcoholics at all.
That's pretty good.
Don't tell the police.
This actually tastes really good if you are mixing it with Coke or Pepsi.
I was gonna say, like a Coke Zero would be pretty good with
Yeah,
that.
this tastes phenomenal. It's good. Weldy, let's hear that game, bud.
All right. Is it this or is it that? These jabronis have to CHOOSE.
Chaosy?
Koozie?
You both have a pen and paper, right?
No.
Yes, you do. I see your pen and paper over there.
Those
Well, we're going to do an early happy time this week, and it has to do with this week's game. Happy 100th anniversary, the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Oh.
Oh, that's this week?
That is tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
ESPN
that's...
2?
I think so, yeah.
Nope, it's on the Ocho instead,
Actually, no, I think it's on ABC now.
Oh,
Oh,
they've upgraded.
Aquila and the Bee we're watching.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So in honor of the 100th National Spelling Bee, I'm going to give you a list of 10 words. You have to tell me if each of the words is either a game that was created for the Nintendo DS or a winning word in one of the 100 spelling bees. This is a winning word. Like the kid that spelled this took home the trophy. Not like, oh, this was 4th round. Jimmy from Texas spelled this right. No, these are fucking winning
A winning word.
words. And there is one neither in there.
Oh, shit.
So sniff out the neither. Tell me
Yeah.
what, and then
Bonus
sniff.
points if we spell it right.
Actually, that's funny you say that. If it is a Scripps National Spelling Bee word, I will give you the opportunity to spell it. If you spell it correctly, I will give you an additional point.
Are you going to tell us the national origin and
Using in a sentence.
I have the language of origin and the definition
Holy
written down for
He
these.
actually, no joke, guys. This is the most prepared he's probably ever been
This
for
is-
our questions
this-
for a game.
This is when I say like back in the past, I'm like, oh, I've outdone myself. These games are fun. This game is great. This one is about to be fucking brutal.
Can't wait to spell pterodactyl for you guys.
Well, how about number 1, Polarium?
DS?
That's DS.
It is a DS, yes. It is a DS puzzle game. It was also a launch title.
That's too soft of a word for script.
Number 2, Cerise.
Spelling?
That is a spelling bee if I've ever heard it.
Yes, also.
Nice. Yes, it was the winning word in the 1926 version. The very first
Wow.
winning word. It is from the French, meaning a deep, bright red with a little bit of pink. Spell cerise. I guess you can write it down or you can have one person go first.
I'm just going to spell it how I think it sounds, and it definitely doesn't spell that word. SERIES.
That is correct. I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
I was like,
gonna
oh,
say,
shit.
that is incorrect. Ricky, would you like to spell cerise for us, please?
I'm going to spell it wrong also.
Can you use it in a sentence?
He cannot. But you said it's like a deep red.
It's from the French, meaning a deep red with a little bit of pink mixed in. And of course, all these definitions I free-handed at the last second and kind
The
of...
meat was very cerise.
Ah, your mother's very cerise.
I'm going to go with CERISE.
Holy fucking got it!
Yeah, fuck you. I actually took, I
Yes.
took French in high school
Oh
for
my
4
God, you
years.
got it. Nice. Good work.
Yeah.
Good, nice done.
I'm going to throw out my fun fact here really quick. So in middle school, I actually made it to the final round because they were doing the script shit. And I made it to the final round in middle school. I won. And then I said, okay, cool. I don't want to go any further. And they were like, no, you have to move on. I said, no, I don't want to go any further. further. I'm done. And they were like, you just can't be done. I was like, I
You gotta give them.
well, they were more like, you earned this. You should go. And I was like, no, whoever came up after me, you can just give it to them. So I just like quit the spelling bee.
So
been on
that
TV.
that exact same thing almost happened to me, except, okay, I'm about to exercise a demon here, okay? Because I was salty that I fucking lost. I should have won because I was the only person in the final round that spelled a word correctly. I should have won, but they made me do it like when you play horse and you had to prove it.
Oh,
And I spelled the word wrong. The word was embroider, and I spelled it with an I.
oh.
And later on in life, I ran into the guy that won the same year that I did. I won't say because he's actually a friend of ours. I told him that I threw it, and really I didn't throw it, and I fucking just spelled the word wrong.
Sorry, Eric.
It was not Eric. Well, Eric was a great. Well, no, yeah. So
This guy, listen to this guy. He's like, I threw it. He just took the wind out of that guy. That's probably like
yeah.
all
So
his confidence
I
bravado
don't know.
from like
It-
25,
20 years
20
it was
years
it was
ago.
very alcohol induced, and I was just having a bad night, and I saw him at a party, and I was just like, hey, guess what? I threw the spelling bee that year. I was a dickhead. I won't apologize to him directly, but I hope he listens. If he wants an apology, he can listen to the podcast.
That's a good workaround.
fucking
Somehow.
wowzers. All right, let's hear
Nice.
the next one.
Number 3 is Daigasso.
Game.
Yeah, DS.
Actually, wait. I'm going neither.
Oh, no, it is a DS game.
Fuck.
Yes, it's a music game. Daigasso Band Brothers is a music game.
Poop. I wasted my neither when I had it right.
And that's
You can still
okay.
use
You
one.
can still use it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I was still ahead of Andy by one. So
Number 4, Solipsis.
yeah, that's a script spelling bee word if I've ever fucking heard
I
one.
would say neither.
That is the script's winning word. It was a winning word in 1958. It is from the Latin and Greek, meaning a word that modifies multiple other words. Ricky, since you got it right, you get to spell solipsis first.
I'm going SELEPSIS.
Good effort. That is incorrect.
Hmm.
Andy, spell solipsis.
I'm starting with a C.
Okay.
CELEPTSUS.
Also incorrect. The correct spelling is SYLLEPSIS.
Stupid Latin.
What did you say? You said SY.
SYLLEPSIS.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got. I was kind of ish.
Well, can you get number 5? Macerate.
Spelling word.
Game.
It is a spelling word. It is the winning word in the 1972 spelling bee from the Latin to knead or soften, like dough. Andy, you get to go first this time. Spell macerate.
MASSRA.
That is incorrect. Ricky, spell macerate.
MACERATE.
Well done. That is an additional
Shucks.
point.
Boo.
Nicely done.
I'm a fucking nerd here, guys. Your boy is on it.
Nice. Number 6, Noble Tiger.
Game.
Neither.
That is your neither. Oh my god.
It sounded too obvious to be a
Holy
neither.
cow.
Hey,
That-
yo!
That is your neither. All right. What
You're-
is a Noble Tiger?
Ooh.
It's
I'll give
it's
you a
handheld
I'll give you a half a
game
point
system.
if you are close
handheld game
or
system.
within the ballpark.
No, that's that. No, what you're talking. You're not.
That's just
that.
regular Tiger. That is a regular
Oh.
Tiger Electronics.
We're gonna say it's a nickname for a basketball player.
I
Damn, I must be really close because he's
You
actually
are-
thinking over here.
okay. It does have to do with sports. It is a sports slang term. It's not a basketball slang term. I will give you a half a point.
I won't take the half point. The only thing I got was sports related.
Well,
so-
I also a few weeks
Quarter
ago I gave somebody when they said candy, I gave them a half a point
Yeah,
because it was a
that was-
lollipop. That was you.
and it was because it was like ice cream shit that I said.
yeah, it was like it was a popsicle.
I'm not taking this half point.
Okay, that's fine.
Still leave
So-
Andy in the running here a little
for
bit.
now.
So your Noble Tiger, it is a baseball slang term for when a team has no outs, bases loaded, and they fail to score a run. It's an acronym. It is no outs, bases loaded, ending
Oh.
with team incapable of getting easy run.
Weird.
I was like, well, what sport is really in right now? I thought baseball at first. And I was like, no. I was like, I know baseball is going on, but I know the season really just started. I was like, maybe basketball because the finals are taking place right now, or they just finished. It's one of the two.
Both
So-
conference finals are coming down to the wire.
That's why I went basketball because I was thinking the finals.
I almost
Because
used
the Pacers just moved on, right?
almost. They're
Oh.
up 3. They're up 3-1 at the time of this recording.
Okay.
I almost used Toot Blonde, by the way, which is also a baseball acronym. It's a base running blunder. You are thrown out on the base paths like a nincompoop.
Ooh,
Toot Blonde. Okay, number 7, Conductra.
What'd you call me?
Ooh.
you heard me.
I'm gonna guess it's a game that's about trains.
Conductra. I'm gonna go with a Scripps.
It is a game. It's a puzzle game by O 3 Entertainment was released October 31st, 2006. Number 8, Nanostray.
Game.
I'll say a word.
It is a game. It is a vertical shooter, and it also had a sequel, Nanostray 2 Electric Boogaloo. It was made by Majesco.
I only say that because using the word nano for the spelling bee just doesn't seem like something that they would actually
I was going
do.
the other way, where it's like some weird spelling of the word.
Nah, because you can
Oh.
only spell nano like one way, and that's Nano, and that literally means like minuscule.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't see, unless you spelled stray some really weird fucking way.
STRAIE or some like Gaelic kind of thing.
STRIGH or something like that. I just couldn't see it. Now watch me actually having spelled a word there realistically.
Number 9, Gurdon.
Word.
Game.
It is a word.
Oh.
Oh, yes. It is from the Old French or Medieval Latin. It means a reward or a prize. It was the winning word in the 2008 National Spelling Bee. Okay, Ricky, you can spell Gurdon. Old French to Medieval Latin means reward or prize.
Okay, I'm wrong. These French words killing me now. I'm going to go Guerdaine.
That is incorrect.
Oh, that means I'm off.
Andy, would you like to spell Gurdon for us, please?
I feel like there's a weird silent letter, so I'm going to say GIRLDON.
That is also incorrect. Ricky, you got so close. You were so close to the end of the train station, and then the train fucking went off the cliff.
Oh, I added an extra E, didn't I?
No, you got to GUERD, and then the train went off the
It's
cliff.
fucking E.
Because no, it's GUERDON.
Oh,
It was just ON. You added a whole Scrabble box after the D.
So this is depending on if you guys know French or Latin. Everything kind of has a gender, so it's either male or female. The way I was looking at spelling it, which doesn't make it any better, was I was thinking more of the feminine way of spelling it, which honestly still would have been with an O in, and then it probably would have had an E at the end of that.
Like touche.
I was thinking
Okay.
I was thinking too romantic English combined, because AINE, it's the English way, Grenade. That's the way of spelling it, and I fucked up. So Miss Jagger, if you're listening to this, and God, I think you're probably actually deceased at this point. You were like 70 when I was in school, but Miss Jagger, if you are listening to this 20 years later, I'm sorry.
Chocolate.
I spent 4 years in your class, and this is all I have to show for it. So,
That is a National Spelling Bee winning word. It's not like you're using the wrong there, or there.
yes, but these are for children.
These are for like super children.
Like super.
These are for the Captain America
super
soldier
Yeah,
children.
These are like
Yes.
super soldier children.
These are for
so
super soldier
These
children.
aren't Jeff Foxworthy children.
They are. If you're
They
not,
are smarter than a fourth grader.
yeah, so smarter than fifth grader.
Would
But
you? Did you?
I'm close. It's funny because I have my words written out here on my notepad. I'm actually writing them as I go.
You have the hiccups already?
I have the hiccups. Your boy's been drinking pretty quickly.
Good deal. Number 10, Mariah.
Game.
Scripts.
Word, yes. Word up. Spelling bee word. It is a new Latin. It's a tropical Australian tree. This was the winning word 2 years ago. Spell, Andy, I think you are up. Spell Mariah.
MORIA.
Okay, that is
I
incorrect.
figured.
No, that's okay. It's a good effort.
I'm going to spell this incorrectly also, but you said it's an Australia.
It's New
Latin,
Latin.
but it has an Australia definition.
That is correct. Yes, it is a tropical Australian tree. The word comes from New Latin.
MURIAHH.
No, you guys way overthought this. It's MURRAYA. MURRAYA. So how did you guys CORE?
I have 8 to Andy's
6.
6. So me spelling a couple of those words correctly
Nailed it.
actually got me the point. It got me.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Andy, this is where you insert breakup music here to... Did you hear that in the Streets of Rage? Did you listen to our episode?
I do.
In the Streets of Rage episode, Andy added in distinct music pattern that he added in to break up between where we did the portion with your mom to where we did the rest of the episode. It was actually really cool.
I guess I didn't listen to the whole episode. I listened to the portion with my mom to the point when she just told the story about me hitting my pee-pee.
Yeah, and it was right after she left, he added in
Transition music.
Yeah, he added
Okay.
in transition music, but it was Streets of Rage transition music. I told him that that I like the idea of us adding in that transition music for each episode, depending on the theme of that episode.
I've been trying to. There's a few other episodes I've done it on.
This one is a movies one, so I don't know. Maybe you could add in the sound of a fucking VCR, like putting in a movie for
Be Kind to Rewind.
something like that. I don't know. That's just where I'm coming from. So I guess you can use this interstitial 3 minutes to know where you should cut out and add in that breakup part music, that breakup music, because we are never, ever, ever, ever getting back together. We. You don't
That's
listen
our
to
transition music.
You don't listen to Taylor Swift? How dare you?
I love the Vine. That's going to age me. I love the Vine where the girl's like, we are never, ever getting back together. And then she pulls her boyfriend close to her face to face and goes, because we're never breaking up.
Yes. I love Vine. Now I'm aging myself. Andy. See, that's the music right there. That's how that works.
Okay, so last time we did adaptations of video games. This time we're doing movies about video games. So I got a list. I'm going to skip over a shit ton of these because they're either foreign and I'd never heard of them. I'll still mention them, but I don't know anything about them. Or they're the direct-to-DVD VHS movies, and they all have the same exact plot of, oh no, I got trapped inside of a video game, or this is a video game competition and I got to be the best of the best.
I totally forgot about one now that you said that. Are you kidding me?
Just to throw this in there, at the end of this, I am going to add in a few. He's going to do these movies, and I'm going to add in a few shows that I have watched personally, be it they are anime. I'm going to add in a few of those that I think you guys might actually enjoy and or might want some recommendations for. So, Andy, why don't you kick this off?
I'm also going to toss in a couple documentaries. I didn't do all the documentaries, so there's a lot.
Tell me you'll have the game over.
We'll do the documentary.
Oh, sorry. I'm not going to step on your toes, but that's the only documentary I want to see on there.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
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 We'll bring up the documentaries first just because. King of Kong, if you've not seen it, please watch it.
Unshout out Billy Mitchell.
Fuck Billy Mitchell.
Yes.
I don't give a shit if the lawsuit did fall against you or whatever. It did fall in your favor. Fuck you. What are you going to do? Sue me? I don't have any fucking money. I can just say fuck you just to say fuck you. I'm not even saying anything negative about you. I can just say fuck you, dude. Yeah, how's that?
I want that as my new ringtone, by the way. Just that little 5 second. Fuck you. I don't say anything. I don't have any money. Fuck you. I can just say fuck you. I just want that every single time somebody calls me.
I mean, like, I'm not saying anything slanderous. Anything slanderous. I am literally just saying fuck you, just to say fuck you. I don't have any reason to say fuck you, but I don't know. I don't like you. I don't like your hair. How's that work? I don't like your hair.
Mel, that's what's that slander.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Male pattern baldness. I'm sorry. You're going to sue me on behalf of like Charles Barkley and a bunch of other bald-headed motherfuckers?
We did talk shit about his barbecue sauce.
Damn, man, that's not funny.
So a better question is, have we tried that barbecue sauce?
No, but it's on the back of our shirts.
Yeah, it's on the unshout out list.
No, I know. I was just asking. That's really weird for him to have a barbecue sauce, but
barbecue sauce.
Whatever. But the movie's about Billy Mitchell, and honestly, I don't think anybody knows the actual dude's name who won.
No, Billy did.
No, well, eventually, but not in the movie. In the movie, the main guy.
Oh yeah, the main guy who it finally got overturned against him. Like the decision.
That's how bad of a bad villain Billy Mitchell is. A human carcass.
This is me. I am literally making hand gestures and shaking my head no, because I know how litigious that guy is, and we might only be a podcast of like maybe 20 downloads per episode, but that guy will somehow
$20 per episode.
Yeah,
no,
that guy will somehow fucking find us, and that'd be our asses.
I get all $20.
Yeah, then I'd be like, oh, sorry guys, we can't do this specific video game one anymore. Hello, this is a Retro Smash movie podcast.
There you go.
Hold me, Jack.
She's gonna let us drown.
Bait me like one of your French. Oh God, yeah, no, I'm not even getting into that. That's another hill I'm gonna die on.
This Ricky need to take a break is behind you.
You
The other indie, well, yeah, it's called Indie the movie. Talks about behind the scenes of how Fez was made. We talked about this game a few episodes ago, Braid, which you still need to download and play. The game where you play backwards, where you're the villain the whole time.
Oh yes.
They also discuss Super Meat Boy.
Yep. I think Limbo.
Bit Runner.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. You had me at Limbo.
Yeah.
You had me at
during
Limbo.
Xbox Summer Games.
Oh, that's sexy.
Yeah, those games help actually bring life back into a lot of gaming, realistically, outside of like the big like Halo and Call of Duty games.
And it shows how hard it is to make just a video game,
Yes.
especially when you got a 2-people person thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. Okay, but I didn't have any other documentaries. There is a bunch more.
The one that is missing from that list was Game Over, the E.T. Atari 2600 documentary, where they're all basically talking about the video game crash of 1983, and all of those copies of E.T. are buried
Being
in
buried
the
out in
New Mexico desert.
Yeah, being buried way out in the middle of no man's land. Yeah.
I will be bringing that up in another movie on this list.
Sorry.
No, it's not, but that is that movie, and then there's another movie about that.
Although a very hot take, it didn't survive in America because nobody took the time like me to read the instructions. And they say that game individually crashed the market. However, the creators of the game said, well, it crashed because nobody read the instructions. That's why it got a bad rap.
Talking about the ET games too?
Yes.
Oh.
Would you disassociate there for a second?
I thought he was getting ready to bring up another game for a moment when he went on that rant. And I was like, oh, okay.
That rant was only 30 seconds long.
I'm sorry, guys. Your boy has had drinks today.
Oh, this is going to be great.
This is what y'all tune in for, right?
Yes.
Wait. It's just now hitting you. And 10 minutes ago, you were spelling...
This is
fucking
drunk powers.
Fucking, what is it? Solipsis? What would you spell? Oh, macerate.
I spelled macerate correctly.
You spelled cerise and macerate correctly. And
He was drinking in 4th grade. That's
All
why he
right,
knows how
so
it is.
second fun fact of the day for old Ricky. There was actually a day when I had fallen asleep on the couch when I was living with my parents, still a younger Ricky. Cash Cab came on, and in a dead sleep, I was yelling out answers with my mom sitting next to me, and she's just like looking at me the whole time. Dead ass asleep. I'm not even conscious, and I'm just yelling out answers, and they're all correct. And then finally, it's like 7:30 rolls around, and that's, Jeopardy time.
Oh,
and
no.
she puts on Jeopardy, and I'm still dead ass asleep because I was probably fighting like the most wicked hangover that day. And I'm still mumbling answers out for like questions. And then I wake up about an hour later at like 8:30. I'm like, hey, we got food? And she's like, how long have you been awake? And I'm like, I just woke up. And she's like, you've been answering questions to like videos to like trivia and like game shows for like the last hour and a half, 2 hours. And I was like, what? No, I was asleep, like dead asleep. And she's like, no, like you were very conscious answering questions. If you guys are wondering, no matter how drunk I get, I can still do some things in a weird way.
That'd be terrifying for somebody to be just dead asleep. And then all of a sudden you just hear the Alexandrian Library.
It was pretty like
Benjamin Harrison.
She thought that I was awake to where she like tried talking to me. And it took her a moment to realize that I was still asleep because I started snoring between like a few answers.
The Colossus of Rhodes.
All right, I got a big old list, so we're going to try to zip through this because we farted around for a minute.
Let's roll.
So one of the very first video game movies is...
The Wizard.
Nope, before
War
that.
Games.
Before that. Tron.
Oh. Okay, gotcha.
Jeff Bridges, directed by Steven Lisberg, Kevin Flynn. He's an arcade game designer, gets sucked into his video game that he created, and he has to fight his way to get back out to the real world. Hence, every other movie after this about some guy who gets sucked into the video game world and has to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
If you die in the video game, you die in real life.
If you die in the game, you die for real.
there is a video game, obviously, based on the movie Tron. It came out 2 months after the movie came out.
That was one of those chicken or the egg sort of deals, man. That where people were wondering, was the movie supposed to help promote the game, or was the game supposed to help promote the movie?
From my understanding, the movie was almost finished, and then whoever the producers of the game was knew what the heck the background was, and they just like pumped it out within like 2-3 months. This is back in Atari games.
I mean,
days.
but even so, like it takes forever to actually program and code a video game back then. So,
But I mean, you're talking this light cycle game and probably the disc game. I never played the Atari game.
I mean, like it's a pretty fun game, but even so, like that's crazy that they would do that.
Nightmares. This goes into the other version of it. This is what's those things called? An anthology.
Yes.
So it's like several movies within a movie kind of thing.
Okay.
There is a segment called Bishop of Battles. It stars Emilio Estevez. Emilio! He is a video game wizard who breaks into the arcade at night to get the 13th level. If he beats that, he becomes part of the game. So also sucked into the video game.
Ugh.
Yep. War Games starring Matthew Broderick.
There we go. There's what I'm waiting for.
1983, directed by John Badham. The computer hacker breaks into a military intelligence computer to play games games, and he accidentally creates a war through nuclear war. Fun stuff there.
Do you want to
How drunk
play?
are you, bud? You're
I'm starting to stumble already.
You're like struggling right now. You're
I'm
giving
not
me
hiccuping.
shit.
Joysticks, another movie about guys getting stuck in a video game. Cloak and Dagger kind of rips off of War Games. The young boy has a secret plans given to him in the form of a video game cartridge, and he has to protect it from spies. That was an alright movie. I've not watched it, but I have a solid review on it. Last Starfighter with Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
1984, he's a little boy who's very good at video games at his trailer park, and he finds himself recruited to be a pilot for the Alien Defense Force, just like the game he plays. Dungeon Master, another computer whiz, is drawn into a series of realistic simulations by a demonic wizard, considers him a worthy adversary. Armed with his wrist-mounted Excalibur 8 computer, he must solve the puzzles and rescue his girlfriend. Hollywood Zap, 1986.
Wait. You said that was Dungeon Master?
Yep.
What was that game that you were playing? Wasn't that Dungeon Master?
Dragon's Lair.
Okay, there it is. Okay,
Yes.
so, all right.
The OG Dragon's Lair is
Yeah.
Laserdisc game. All that game did was eat quarters. That is all that game was there for.
Good for that game.
Mhm.
Good for those creators.
Hollywood Zap, 1986, directed by David Cohen. I don't know if that's one of the Cohen brothers. I didn't look too deep in this one. Kung Fu Master. This is a foreign movie, 1988. It's a love story between a 40-year-old woman and a 15-year-old boy addicted to the video game from the Nintendo Kung Fu Master.
So, like, is this like a weird version of Blank Check?
I don't know. I didn't look into some of these I've not heard of.
I just, all
I
right.
had to got the synopsis.
All right, keep going.
There's some more pedophile stuff.
Oh,
The Wizard.
There we go.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
it's so bad.
Has Fred Savage and Christian Slater in there. It's a boy with mental problems decides to run away to compete in a video game contest about Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
We can learn about the warp whistle.
That was one gigantic advertisement for Nintendo.
Absolutely
but
was.
God,
That
it was just
It was
dessert for your
horrible,
eyes.
just absolutely horrible game. Movie. Just absolutely horrible
Yes.
movie. The worst advertisement ever with that movie, but fantastic game.
Well, we
overall.
wouldn't know how terrible the Power Glove was unless that movie didn't come out.
The movie also came out around the same time Michael Jackson's The Wiz came out, and a lot of people got that fucked up. Not like right near it, but like a year or so different.
Oh, The Wiz came out in like the late 70s. Yeah, and The Wizard came out in
like 89. So I guess
yeah,
it's a
it was
decade
like
difference.
there's like about a decade different. If anybody was getting it mixed up at that point, then they're just idiots.
I'm an idiot.
Hi, I'm idiot.
Hi, idiot. I'm dad.
The Lawnmower Man. Have you guys?
I
seen
have heard of
movie?
that. Yes, I've
Stars
heard of
Pierce Brosnan.
Yep.
Dean Norris is in there. Fucking Hank from Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Who also was in Terminator 2. Fun fact.
Yeah.
About a mentally handicapped guy who turns into a genius through computer software, virtual reality. I just want to add a fun fact that I used to play the hell out of the Super Nintendo game at my babysitter's because they had that game.
is that I've never actually
It's
played the
basically
game.
Star Fox.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Hold on a second. You said
That's
you're
absurd.
babysitter, but you were like 20 by the time the Super Nintendo
Yeah.
came out, man. What are
Somebody
you
had to
talking
watch my
about?
child ass.
Dang.
Andy was like already buying alcohol by the time the Super Nintendo came out.
Arcade, 1993, directed by Albert Pyun.
Gesundheit.
A teenager has to battle the inside of a deadly virtual reality game, all in order to save their friends. Seth Green's in this movie, as well as Don Stark, the neighbor dad from that 70s show.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Red Foreman.
No,
Oh,
The
the
neighbor,
neighbor,
the
the neighbor
Donna's
dad.
dad.
Yeah, I got you, Bob.
Bob,
Yes.
yeah.
Bob.
Brain Scan, 1994, starring Edward Furlong. I think this is right after T2, because I think T2 is in 92.
Yeah, T2 was like 91, 92.
Directed by John Flynn, a teenager sent to a mysterious computer game that uses hypnosis to make the game most horrifying experience imaginable. He stops playing only to find evidence that the murderers depicted in the game actually happened.
So John Flynn apparently likes making or directing quite a few of these
Weird.
movies.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, bud, get your bag.
Nirvana, not the
Not the music group.
music group.
Oh, well, this sucks.
Well, never mind.
I was gonna ask, is it a game where like the end of it?
You pieces of shit. I put that on the tee for you guys, and you guys ignored me.
Oh.
Not the band. I went, oh, never mind.
Oh,
And nobody, come
Ah.
on. Oh, my.
He's so mad at us.
Why,
All
why,
right.
why do I talk? Why are we friends?
can you guess what happens in this movie?
Kurt Cobain blows his head off?
No, but someone gets sucked into a video game and blah, 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 blah. Christopher Lambert is in there.
Courtney Love gets a high score.
Oh, so Chris
Woo.
Lambert, and then he ends up appearing in the Mortal Kombat. I
Yep.
said Mario. Boy,
Mario
Yo,
Combat.
Mario
yeah,
Kombat.
Mario. Your boy is feeling it. Feeling
Finish
it.
him.
This movie I thought was pretty rad. Extends don't know if you've ever seen that. It's a David Cronenberg movie.
I haven't.
Stars
You said
Jude Law.
David. You said a Cronenberg?
Yeah, Jude Law and Willem Dafoe is in the movie.
Oh.
A video game designer finds himself targeted by assassins while playing a virtual reality game of his own creation. I don't know. It's weird. And it's all gross and creepy. Like, the dude has a gun. It's like, it's David Cronenberg. So it's like,
I mean, it's a Cronenberg. So,
Like
I
The
mean,
Fly
if you've
and-
never seen a Cronenberg, then it's probably good for your psyche, honestly. Don't do it. And The Fly is like most like tame of his
yeah.
movies.
Fast forwarding here, How to Make a Monster 2001, another foreign movie. A video game comes to life and hunts the group of developers who made the game. Avalon, another foreign film. This one's war-themed virtual reality MMO under the same title. Here's a fun one. Spy Kids 3D.
Yes, I was hoping you were going to bring this one up. Yes.
Antonio Banderas.
Sylvester
Yep.
Stallone.
Yeah.
Selma Hayek and Mike Judd.
And Selma Hayek.
Yep.
You had me at Selma Hayek.
This is the third Spy Kids movie.
And
It's in 3D.
it has does the Machete in this one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Dan Trejo. Yeah.
Yeah, just throw this out there. I do love Spy Kids. They're all really good movies.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Not good.
No, Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Not nearly as good.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl are booty cheeks
Which
compared
I
to
will
Spy
say,
Kids.
good for the actors and actresses in that, because they did go on to have promising careers. With Taylor
Yeah.
Lautner going on to become Team
Everything.
Yeah, Team Jacob in the Twilight series. However, I was gonna say, I remember from the first Spy Kids movie that the fucking thumb men from the first one, they're like the henchmen that are like, they're just all thumbs. It's just, they're creepy looking. And so every once in a while, your boy may or may not have nightmares about that.
A couple more foreign films. Gamebox 1.0, 2004. Tester must fight escape from a video game. Satan's Little Helper, 2004. A 9-year-old gamer mistakes a costume killer for the video game version of the devil. I don't fucking know. Devour, a college student is under the demonic influence of an online game. Stars Justin Ackles from Supernatural.
I was just say that's the kid from Supernatural.
Yeah, so
when did you say that movie came out? 2004?
2005.
2005. Okay, so they were like,
Right at the beginning.
they were like right in the midst of like maybe seasons 2 or 3
Yeah.
at that point of Supernatural.
Here's a movie for Ricky. Hellraiser. Hell World.
Everything after, I want to say either 4 or 5 were just terrible. Honestly, anything after 3 is just garbage as far as a Hellraiser movie
Yeah.
goes.
So video game, but it's Hellraiser.
Yeah, we watched this. This was like one of the first Halloween sagas that we did, where we actually got to sit up and we had to watch the entire like series. Hellraiser was the first one. We were able to tolerate 4 and 5, but 6, 7, and 8 were not even made as actual horror films. They just so happened to have scripts for other movies.
And they just tossed the Hellraiser
And then
in there.
and then they added the Hellraiser IP into it, and it was garbage, absolute garbaggio. So I remember watching this one. It was horrid, honestly, thinking back on it.
Henry Cavill was in that movie, apparently.
Yes, he was.
Let's go to a good movie. How about Grandma's Boy?
Grandma's Boy was fantastic. 10 out of 10, would highly recommend. I just got the missus to watch that with me last summer. It's easily one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Wow, that big?
So many people, when you say a top 10 movie of all time, they always think of like a AAA movie or something like
Godfather or
something like that. But sometimes it can just be a movie that resonates with you on like a personal, deeper level. One that like I quote pretty fucking often. No, monkey, no! Like, I quote that movie quite a bit. Top 10 movie of all time for me.
Nick Swartzen's in there. Doris Roberts, Shirley Jones, Jonah Hill, Kevin Nealon, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is not in that.
I know.
Don't you fucking dare.
Everyone compares him to the boss.
Yeah, JP. No, god damn it. I can't think of her fucking name, and I'm gonna kill myself because I can't do it. Velma from Scooby-Doo. Oh my god. Hold on. Pause for break. Linda Cardellini's in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's been one of my crushes for like, I don't know, since for fucking ever. So at least the last like 25, maybe 30 years now at minimum. Linda, this is me coming to you. Ricky's resume, you need to get with Adam Sandler and tell him that we need Grandma's Boy 2 movie to come out. We need like a follow-up.
They might do it now. That's a Happy Madison production.
I'm just saying, like, as a Happy Madison production, we need a Grandma's Boy 2.
Stay Alive, starring Frankie Muniz. Friends start dying just like they did in the video game they all played. Pretty much Final Destination, but
I
video
remember
games.
this because this was like right towards the tail end of Malcolm in the Middle
Yep.
or right after Malcolm in the Middle
Yeah,
had
at the end,
ended.
where he's-
Yeah, and he was looking to kickstart his movie career.
I
and
think he was in
this-
that. What was that other movie with the guy turns blue.
Oh, Big Fat Liar.
Yeah,
The
Big
Man
Fat
of
Liar.
Binds.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Paul Giamatti.
yeah,
Yes.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
Continuing on, Ben X, another foreign film. Main character Ben is an autistic boy obsessed with an MMORPG called Arc Lord. He plays the game to escape being bullied and has an online friend named Scarlett. He considers until he meets the girl in person.
Sewer slide.
Yes.
So I've seen YouTube channels that they'll say sewer slide, and then there's like a little Kermit the Frog just sliding down the sewer drain to represent that word.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Press start. This was a directed DVD directed by Ed Glazer.
What year are you on, by the way?
2007 now.
Okay, never mind. I'm like, wait a minute. He can't pass the one that
No,
I'm
it's coming up
getting
here.
ready to dump on.
Oh, well, maybe. This is a weird, it's like every 80s nostalgia, whatever wackadoodle stuff you can think of. The plot, an average suburban youth named Zach Nimbus is recruited by an ill-tempered ninja and a tough-as-nails space soldier to save the world from a tyrannical but comical, insecure sorcerer. The sequel, War Games, The Dead Code. This was a direct-to-DVD movie. I'd never seen it, and it did not have Matthew Broderick in it.
Oh.
And the plot was exactly the same as the original War Games.
Jesus.
But a 2000s version.
Of course.
Gamer is the next one that comes out.
God, I was so pumped for this movie when it came out. I was so excited for it. And this was after I went to go see Death Race 15 times.
Oh, damn.
I saw Death Race in theaters 15 times.
No fucking way. 15.
Yes, 15 times because I thought when
Is this the Jason Statham death race?
yeah. Well,
You
it was the closest thing I had to Twisted Metal.
Okay.
And it was the closest thing I thought we were ever going to have to Twisted Metal.
Well, yeah.
15 times, game.
Yes.
15 times.
Mm-hmm.
Wowzers.
I was just as excited for Gamer, and I saw that one time and went, man, that sucked. First half hour was great. Everything else after that was pretty cheap.
Booty cheeks.
Andy, what's the most amount of times you've been to the movies to see one movie in particular?
The most recent one I could think of is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
How many times did you see that?
Probably about 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5. I saw Endgame in theaters maybe about 4 times.
I think I saw that twice.
I think Captain Marvel is up there around 3, maybe 4 times also being tied. But that's just because so many people wanted to go see Captain Marvel with me at different points. And I was like, I guess I'll just go fucking see it multiple times. I don't care. I got one of those memberships to the fucking Coldwater Crossing anyway.
Oh, where you pay a monthly fee and you get watch unlimited movies?
No, it wasn't that, but I was just racking up points, so I ended up getting a bunch of free concessions and free tickets because I used to just spend so much money. The rewards works out for you in the long run.
Gamer also starred Gerald Butler, Michael C. Hall, fucking Dexter,
Oh, I remember. Now I remember that movie.
Terry
Yeah.
Crews, and Luda.
God, it was so disappointing. The first 30 minutes were great, but everything else after that, the ending was terrible in that movie.
That's one that if you die in real life, you die.
No, that's the one where Gerard Butler plays as a death row inmate. They basically do like neurochip technology
Oh, yeah, that's right. Someone controls
to
you.
where they can control them. The game was Slayer. And
Slayer.
if he won 25 matches, then Gerard Butler got to go free. But there was like this special bond between him and the player. They got to talk to each other that nobody else got to do. And it was just a whole, I don't know, we're like 10 years away from it.
Yeah.
Like
We're almost
straight up.
Way further away from that.
No, that was 2009.
Yeah, so we're 16.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah, so we're 16 years away from that.
What year
Yeah,
is this?
there's a fucking kid that's a sophomore in high school getting ready to become a junior since that movie came out.
No, I mean like we as a society
Yeah.
is closer to that than probably within 10 years.
Assault Girls, another foreign movie. 3 girls in an MMO team up to win the boss battle. This movie holds a special place in my heart where I think I might get a tattoo of this. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim is so fucking good. Me and the missus, we watch it every year or every other year or something like that for the anniversaries for sure. I don't blame you, man. It's such a good fucking movie. We just watched the Netflix
Special where they revoiced their own
Yes,
people.
and it was so fucking good. We watched the movie and then we watched that
Oh, yeah.
special. Just felt like it fleshed out the characters a whole lot more.
Well, it twisted it too, because the first
did.
episode, you're like, okay, this is the movie. And then all of a sudden, it just flips the script. and
It does. It flips the whole script. and it's-
multiverse crap.
Yeah, it's so good. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. I enjoyed the comics. I enjoyed the video game also.
For those who don't know, stars Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Audrey Plaza, Chris Evans, Allison Pill, Brie Larson, Jason Schwartzman, Anna Kendrick, and a handful of other people.
This movie, in terms of nerd speak, it has Superman, Captain Marvel,
Captain America.
Captain America. Yeah, so that's like 3 of them right
April
there.
from Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec. Or if you want to get even more nitty gritty, she's also the mom in like one of the most recent Chucky movies.
Really?
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza plays a mom.
Oh,
in a
yes, I
movie.
remember that.
Yeah, and it's really weird to see that. It kind of hurts my soul quite a bit to actually see her playing a mom just because we're like a couple years apart. 10 out of 10 movie. Would highly recommend if you've never watched it. And if you haven't watched it, where the fuck have you been living at? It's a shame that it flopped at the box office.
Tron Legacy 2010, the sequel to the 1982 movie. So how many years difference is that? A lot. 10, 28 years is when the sequel came out.
What did you say the first one came out
1982.
in 82.
The sequel came out in 2010. And guess what? There's a third one coming out this year, 2025.
Oh, cool.
Jeff Bridges returns as Kevin Flynn. His son tries to help his dad. His dad gets stuck back in the Tron. There's a de-aged Jeff Bridges in the movie. And fun fact on how they did that, they used Jeff Bridges from his 1984 movie Against All Odds. So he was slightly older than the 82 version of Jeff Bridges. And the de-aged Jeff Bridges that's in that movie, they superimposed over his original face.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the beginning of the AI CGI like weirdo shit.
Wait, is it Jeff Bridges? Okay,
Yeah.
He did an interview maybe a couple years ago. He had made a joke about that where they were talking about video games, and he was with, I can't think of super hot sex dad that's out right now.
Pedro Pascal.
There you go. He's the hot thing. Everybody knows.
Hot sex dad.
That's what he is. He's the guy he's like the hotness right now. He was doing an interview with Pedro Pascal and a few other people. They were talking about video games and their favorite video game. And Jeff Bridges made the joke. He's like, oh yeah, man, I got trapped in a video game once. And nobody in the interview picked up on it. He made the joke. It's like Wody in his Nirvana joke earlier. And he's like, yeah, I got trapped in a video game before, man. It was crazy. It was Tron. And they were like, oh yeah, man, what was that like? He was like, it was crazy, And it was just so funny, like just to see that joke flop in real time for him. My heart breaks to see a pun and a joke flop in real time.
Olivia Wilde also in that movie, and Daft Punk does the soundtrack, and they are in the movie.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly. I'm pretty sure that they blew up even more from that.
Yes.
Yeah, which they were already big, and they were already at their peak. I think that they were like crescenting and probably coming down off that roller coaster of the 2000s.
Back up for a second. Got a small list of direct-to-DVDs and foreign films. Black Heaven. An innocent young man becomes enamored with a mysterious girl. He is lured into the Black Hole, a dark, obscure video game world of avatars with deadly serious intentions in the real world. RPG Metomania, Philippine animated adventure film. A video game called Metonia gets infected by a virus which affects the online world. The young player goes on a journey to save the online world and prevent it from taking over the offline world. Best Player. This is a comedy film about two gamers. This is made by Nickelodeon, starring Jeanette McCurdy and Jerry Trainer.
Oh, from iCarly.
Yes. I had a look at that afterwards. I was like, what the fuck is this? Basically, Jerry Trainer's an adult man, video game player, and he's competing against Jeanette McCurdy, who's a high school kid who, they fight for a video game.
That kind of interaction happens across video games realistically, especially against online gaming. Jeremy Trainer's a pretty solid dude from all accounts, from what I've heard from the on-set interviews and shit. So I am not going to look any deeper into that.
I only dug a little deeper to see who the director was. It was not.
It's not Dan Snyder.
Yes.
I imagine he didn't direct or produce it. So he only has his toes into the actual live series. That's it.
Just towing the line, I guess.
God.
Oh.
Ra.1. This is an Indian Bollywood film.
Ooh.
Developers create an unstoppable villain for a son to which becomes too real. .hack / the movie.
Yeah, that's an anime right there.
Hiroshi Matsusama.
Give me that.
I got it. I said it.
You butchered it. Hiroshi Matsuyama.
Whatever. Anime. Japanese film based on .hack, a franchise of anime video games, novels, and manga in 2002. Also, just another video game. Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the anime. I just know of the anime because I know like it was one of those that like blew up in the early 2000s, and it was just one that I didn't bother watching, honestly. It's on a long list of shows, and trust me, guys, that anime list grows longer and longer every day.
Noobs. This has Jason Mewes in it, and Sabrina Carpenter's first movie.
What? Sabrina Carpenter?
2012, so she was probably like 10 or something.
Wow.
I think she's 26 now.
To be more precise, just keep in mind that she was an actress for a while.
She's a Disney kid.
Yeah, she was the Disney kid. She was in the Girl Meets World as the best friend. So it's not like
That's her?
Yeah. So
Oh my God.
she didn't just pop up out of the blue, guys. It's so funny to see some of these Disney kids kind of blow up and some of them not blow up. But you see people like Miley Cyrus or Demi Lovato in their careers. Britney Spears being one of the earliest examples, her and Justin Timberlake.
Who's the girl from
Raven Simone.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about her.
But to see, I guess, this generation's quote unquote Miley Cyrus, someone around their age blow up. So I don't know. Listen to her music. I actually really like Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
It's fun, poppy, white girl music. It's like me listening to Taylor Swift. I enjoy that shit.
Wreck-It Ralph. I want to wreck it.
Yay.
We saw that in theaters together. We
Love
went to the
Wreck-It Ralph.
movies and watched that one. It was really good.
You saw it in theaters? I'm jealous.
Yeah, I don't know how many times you're probably actually going to hear that. I think I say that about every movie. Me and Andy spent, I am not joking, from like 2007 all the way up until probably 2015. So like 8 summers in a row going to the movies to watch, not just the summers, but like winter and spring.
Whatever was out.
I mean, we're life partners. So,
I've been to the movie theater like twice in 6 years.
dude, yeah. And I've been to the movies twice in like the last month.
Oh.
Yeah, no, me and Andy used to go to the movies for like everything that would come out.
John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Jane Lynch, Jack McBrayer. Alan,
Sugar Rush is still a slapping
Sugar
song.
Rush?
Sugar Rush is an absolute
Alan
banger.
Tydruck, I can't remember say his last name.
Alan Tudyk.
Yes, and Ed O'Neill is also in there. And I brought this up in another podcast. Ed O'Neill's character, he plays the arcade owner who is based off of the ref from King of Kong.
Oh, that's actually, that makes sense. That's really cool though. 10 out of 10 movie, highly recommend. There is no sequel.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, there is.
No, there is not.
The sequel is all right.
The sequel is horrible. There
The
is
sequel
no
was okay.
The sequel was
okay.
horrible.
Well, I'm going to fast forward a little bit to the sequel here. 2018,
He's just making up shit.
where they get stuck in the internet. It's probably dated by now because obviously Twitter's still in there and a few other dated
Go to the dark
internet
It's
memes.
Dark web.
It's horrible, man. You know, I really wanted to like it. I just felt like they were dragging out the Wreck-It Ralph series a little bit further than what it needed to be.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first one ended so fucking well that they didn't need a second one.
That's
and
fair.
boy, it just was not good. I don't know if I saw it with you in theaters or
I saw it in the theater, so
maybe, possibly. I know it's all kind of a blur. It just wasn't a good movie, in my opinion. It wasn't. Wreck-It Ralph had turned into a fucking incel, basically. And I don't know, maybe that was their whole moral of the story. Like, don't be an incel, because that's kind of what he turned into.
that was the internet.
The early internet in the 2010s, yeah. Don't be an incel, guys.
Small fun facts on that. They had to talk to Nintendo to figure out how like Bowser hold his teacup and like Sonic. I think we talked about this in the Sonic episode. It wasn't Jaleel White. It was one of the other Sonic voice actors reprised Sonic.
Yeah, it wasn't Jaleel White that did it. Unfortunately. Again, not a good movie, in my opinion.
I want to send an email to this one. Angry Video Game Nerd, the movie 2014, starring James Rolfe, about the angry video game nerd who is on a path to go find the ET garbage dump.
That's a good callback.
Callback there.
If you guys are ever wondering where me and Andy's love of reviewing and entertainment, our inspiration comes from, the early days does come from the Angry Video Game Nerd as well as the Nostalgia Critic. We take a lot of inspiration from both of those guys. James Rolfe, this is a shout out to you, but the shout out to the Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to have him on the podcast. I doubt he's going to do it.
Highly doubt he would actually
That
do
would
it.
be fucking cool.
That would be awesome as hell, yeah.
I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm just saying.
You miss all the shots you don't take. 100%. Wayne Gretzky.
Pixels. Talk about a dump fire. Adam Sandler, Peter Dinklage, Kevin James.
How do you get the license for so many
Because
video
it's Adam
games?
Sandler.
Like, how do you get the license for so many video games and manage to make all of them garbage, man? Absolute fumble.
So I got drunk last weekend and watched this movie because I've never seen it. For an Adam Sandler movie, it wasn't the worst Adam Sandler movie. But in my personal opinion, everything after Little Nicky is downhill.
You didn't like Mr. Deeds?
I did not care for Mr. Deeds. The only things I liked after Little Nicky was Funny People and
Uncut Gems.
yes.
Funny People was good. Click was also...
Click was all
Click was okay. I mean, like, that's about it.
Jesus. Okay, so the budget for Pixels, Wikipedia says $110 million.
I'm pretty sure that was all licensing for the games at
Yeah.
that point
Right.
because like they had just gotten used for Wreck-It Ralph and they were probably like more than sky high as far as popularity goes, like that resurgence of popularity.
It received 5 nominations at the 36th Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Picture.
There was a
When you
character-
watched this, did you play a drinking game to it?
No, it was I'm going to drink
Oh.
till I forget this, and I won.
Well, if you guys ever watch a movie and you drink, you should always do a drinking game to it. 10 out of 10. It actually makes the movie way more fun. I did it with Forrest Gump. I think I talked about that on one of the recent episodes.
I still got a page left of movies here, so let's zip through one of these. Beta test, another foreign film. Guess what happens? Someone gets stuck in a video game. The Warriors Gate. An avid gamer is transported to a parallel dimension. Dave Bautista's in this movie.
Weird.
I was like,
I
okay.
don't remember hearing about that at all.
Another anime, Sword Art Online. The
Sword
movie,
Art, yes, Sword Art Online.
Ordinal scale.
Yes, that's a really fun anime. The first 2 seasons are actually really fun to watch. That was actually going to be one of the shows that I recommended.
No.
Was Sword Art Online. I enjoyed that.
Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. The Rock, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillian, Nick Jonas, one of the Jonas Brothers, oddly enough.
Yeah, have you not seen that?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
I've seen
well,
both of them.
Okay.
Well, I've seen all of the Jumanjis, actually.
I didn't watch the newest one when it came out.
I think the newest one is better than the original.
every time I like the.
Better than the Welcome to the Jungle. Jumanji.
Oh, I really enjoyed the Welcome to the Jungle one. Whenever I see a movie in theaters, I'm always going to mention it because I think the theater experience of watching a movie is 10 out of 10 times better than watching it just at home on your couch.
Except for Saw.
No,
we were literally talking about that while you were peeing.
Oh, I saw like Saws 2 through 6 or 7 in theaters.
Oh,
yeah, I saw like 5 or 6 straight Saw movies in theaters.
Oh my God.
Really good, actually. I think it's better to be enjoyed in theaters.
Fucking, oh God, no.
So,
Did
Andy.
I tell you the story of my ex-girlfriend and I? The last girl I dated before I met my now wife back in 2008.
I was gonna say, dude, I thought that you and
While they-
Megan had
while they
been
were-
dating since like
Yeah.
since like middle school.
No,
This is Mistress.
yeah. So she was a big Saw fanatic, and she wanted to go the night that Saw 5 came out.
Nice.
I'm not like a big gore fan, but I'm like, okay, sure, that sounds great. Let's go up at the midnight showing. And the only 2 seats in the whole theater were like right smack dab in the middle. The scene where the pendulum cuts the guy in half, I'm like, okay, all right, I can do this. Just breathe, we're fine. And then the next scene where Hoffman's head's in a box and it fills up with water, and then he takes the pen and undoes it and jabs himself in the throat. Audibly in the theater, I went, and I like got out and I left. I'm like, nope, absolutely not.
Well, we know Weldy did not get a hand job that night.
Oh, yikes.
Not even a pity one.
Not even
God. E-Hero, upcoming gamers, video game championship, blah, 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 blah. Sean Astin. Good Game The Beginning, another foreign film, an esports team that competes in the League of Legends tournament.
Ooh,
Ready Player One.
there we go.
There we go.
Tyler Shannon, Simon Pegg, TJ Miller. Did not know he was in that movie, but I was, because I remember after looking at his character, I was like, ew.
Did I ever tell you that I saw TJ Miller?
Ew.
Yeah, so yeah, we had free tickets to go see him at the comedy club, and I was like, well, fuck it, we'll just go see him. And he didn't do anything. He just worked the crowd the whole night. I will not lie, it was actually a really fun experience.
Oh, prize.
Yeah, it was a really fun one. I don't know. I don't care too much for the guy, but it was fun. The movie is good. The book is good. Kyle, if you're listening to this, I know that you read the book. So, there you go. This is our shout out for that.
Continuing on, spoilers for this movie, Serenity, starring Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. Midway through the film, you find out the movie is based in a video game.
Oh,
Weird.
Another animated movie, The King's Avatar for the Glory.
Never watched it.
Jumanji, The Next Level, 2019, so 2 years later. This one also has Dana DeVito, Awkwafina, Danny Glover.
I am not an Aquafina fan.
Oh, really? I like her.
Nope, can't stand her.
No, I like her.
She
TV
does
show.
it's the black scent that
you
she
like
does.
you like
Oh.
Dasanians. It's a water joke.
I get it.
Fearless, another direct-to-DVD movie. Boss Level, a retired soldier is trapped in a never-ending time loop that repeatedly results in his death. Adapts video game tropes in film format. Stars Mel Gibson, Naomi Watts, Michelle Yeoh, and Ken Jeong. So I don't know if it's a comedy or what the fuck that is.
What
I've
the
never heard of it.
fuck? I've never heard of it.
Nope. Free Guy. Hopefully you've seen this one.
Oh, that's with Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
I've not watched it, but I heard it was good.
Joe Keery from The Stranger Things, Taki Waititi, Chris Evans again, Channing Tatum, Hugh Jackman, The Rock, Rock, he's in there. Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds is a character. His name's Guy. Realizes he is a NPC, and then he somehow gets superpowers before the game crashes on itself.
Spoiler.
Yep, sorry for the movie that came out 4 years ago. 8-Bit Christmas, Steve Zahn, David Cross, Neil Patrick Harris, father recounts his quest to get a Nintendo Entertainment System back in the 80s.
What the Okay, that actually sounds like a
It
pretty...
wasn't a bad movie. I remember it.
Okay.
Something called Choose or Die. This has Robert Englund as himself in the movie. It's a horror game.
I heard about this. One of the YouTube channels that I watch, Dead Meat, had talked about this movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things about it.
Okay. This is one of his very last movies that he's in, Robert Englund, before he died. He actually has a movie coming out soon. It's a Pinocchio movie, horror-based Pinocchio movie.
Oh,
That-
God.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, I absolutely can wait for that. That's
I
the
wonder
problem.
if it's going to be based in the same universe as the
Winnie
Blood
the
and
Pooh.
like the Blood and Honey.
I'm going to guess, yeah.
Also, Robert Englund isn't dead, motherfucker. He is very much so
Is he?
alive.
Oh,
At 77, you are thinking of Tony Todd, who just died.
okay. Sorry. Well,
But-
okay, whatever. I thought he was dead.
You had me like, I was
Sorry.
like, there's no fucking way. I didn't realize one of the fathers of horror died.
One Up, Ruby Rose, and Elliot Page, an all-girl team beats gaming competition, obviously, before Elliot turned into Elliot. A movie called Fantasy Football. A girl plays Madden NFL to control her dad in an NFL game. Fuck if I know.
Question mark?
Tetris, the movie. This is a movie about how the
Yeah,
game
this is,
Tetris came
yeah,
out.
it starts Taron Egerton. He was in Kingsman: The Service or whatever the fuck it is.
The sequel.
No, the very
first one?
first, the very first one, and the very first one was actually really good. If you guys never seen it, I would 10 out of 10
Mhm.
highly recommend it. It's so funny. It reminds me of like a funnier Die Hard, a Die Hard that takes place in a more well lit environment over the course of a few days instead of one night.
Like a Roger Moore Bond movie.
Kind of, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, kind of like that.
I can sneak in a James Bond reference. Yes.
Absolutely, I love me some Roger Moore. I love that game, motherfucker.
Also out 2023, the same year Tetris movie was out. Gran Turismo, also about how the video game Gran Turismo was made.
I didn't watch.
Orlando Bloom, David Harbour.
I didn't watch that in theaters, but I did see like 1,000 trailers for it. How some kid had won a Gran Turismo tournament
Yeah.
and ended up becoming like an actual fucking Gran Turismo
Racer.
driver
Yeah,
and
that's
racer.
kinda-
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird to see. And it was on my list of movies to watch eventually. It just slipped past me. So
And then you have the next Tron movie coming out this year. That's the end of my movies based on games, not actual video games, but whatever. You said you had a couple of animes you want to talk
I
about?
have a few that I'm going to toss out here. I don't have a lot. So for all of my anime nerdy friends out there, I have a few that I'm going to mention. I'm sorry if I miss any. This is literally just off the top of my head. I only thought about this midway through the podcast because I never come prepared for anything. But one of which Andy had mentioned already, which is Sword Art Online, came out around 2012, 2013. There's like 1,000 seasons of it now, but I would highly recommend watching the first two. If you don't have time for the second one, definitely watch the first one. It is absolutely the first in its genre of being the reinvigorating the isekai genre, which is the I'm trapped in another world. This one is I'm trapped in a video game, and if I die in a video game, I die in real life sort of deal. Of course, the main character is OP and ridiculous, and of course, he gets the girl at the end, because why wouldn't he? And then the second one literally follows up immediately right after that. That's also solid and good. Sword Art Online Gun Gal. I did not bother watching that. I just kind of stopped after the second season. I figured it was good enough there. Another one that I would mention would be Log Horizon. That's another anime where they're trapped inside of a video game. Of course, main character is OP, blah, blah, blah. A few of these kind of follow the same scenario. The next one that I'm going to talk about is going to be Shangri-La Frontier. 10 out of 10 recommend. It's currently airing right now. I think they are halfway through season 2. The first season has around like 24 episodes. So for anime, that's actually a lot. It's like 3 years worth of shows. 10 out of 10 will recommend. They're not trapped in the video game, but instead they are just, it's like people who play virtual reality where they pull the headsets on and they play online and they get to log off whenever they want. Their lives aren't at stake. However, it does talk about like video game dynamics. It has like a lot of different video game terminology and doesn't just like pretend to be like one of those gamer sort of shows. It's actually really good. I really enjoy it. Like the main characters even play different video games, which is really good because it shows how they train in one game to prepare for another one.
Does One Punch Man count because he plays video games?
No. Negative, Captain. Another show that I would watch would be Solo Leveling. I don't know how to classify this one necessarily because it feels like a mix of both isekai and the whole being trapped in another world, but not necessarily being trapped in another world. It's like a partial in between, but I'm going to mention it anyways because Solo Leveling is like one of the best shows like for the last couple of years. All my Jin Woo fans stand up. If you haven't watched it, I don't want to give it away. I really do not want to give away any of the plot for this one. I will just say you need to watch it. It is on Crunchyroll, I believe also Hulu and or Netflix because that's how good of a show it is. There are 2 seasons in its entirety, and I think that it's like a total of almost 40 episodes, I think, altogether. 10 out of 10, and right now you get to actually binge it all the way through. Those are my list off the top of my head of shows that I could think of, animes that I could think of that have the video game essence to them and or that aspect of being trapped in a video game. With that being said, Weldy, would you like to wrap us up into happy time?
I sure can. I'm so glad, by the way, you two movie nerds took that one completely over because you guys knew a lot of stuff, and I'm over here like, man, I liked Wreck-It Ralph. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, you got some insight. I'm gonna feel bad for the next episode.
Yeah, the next episode's kind of going to be the episode. So,
Well, I got some fun. You're gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy? He's definitely going on the shout out list. Not
Unshout out.
list. It might be a short episode,
that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with us having a shorty,
Mm-hmm.
but
especially
fuck
after
the
these.
ball.
Yeah, fuck you, ball.
Happy time, people. Happy 20th anniversary to Gorilla's second studio album, Demon Days.
Oh,
Yeah, released May 11th, 2005 in Japan and May 23rd, 2005 in the UK.
What had Clint Eastwood and Feel Good.
Yep, Feel Good Inc. Sure did. Happy 14th anniversary, LA Noir. That makes me feel really kind of
X
old.
for doubt.
Yes, press X to doubt. Well, don't doubt that it was released this day 14 years ago in 2011. We want to give a melancholy happy trails to Jodan Baker. He played the villain in The Living Daylights, CIA agent Jack Wade in GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies. And for those of us Mystery Science Theater 3000 fans, was also in Mitchell. Said throughout his life, Jodan touched many lives with his warmth and compassion, leaving an indelible mark on everyone fortunate to know him. His obituary said he was remembered as a beacon of kindness and generosity. Happy trails. Happy 48th anniversary. Since we're talking about Chuck E. Cheese, happy 40th anniversary, Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh,
First opened
40
May
years.
17th, 1977 in San Jose, California.
Wow, Andy, where were you at least like 10 when that opened?
took a trip to San Jose to see the grand opening.
Guys, no matter how old something is, Andy will always be older than it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep that in mind.
Happy 27th anniversary to one of the greatest sports performances of all time.
The Janet Jackson nipple reveal.
Not quite.
Damn.
David Wells, pitcher for the New York Yankees, had the craziest 24 hours in baseball history. He partied with the Saturday Night Live cast until 5 a.m., got 2 hours of sleep, started a 1 p.m. home game versus the Minnesota Twins, did not throw a strike in warm-ups, and then proceeded to throw a perfect game with 11 strikeouts.
Damn.
I think I just saw that fact on Twitter, and I was like, hey, yo, this man was living the really good life at that moment in time. I could not imagine. And from what I understand, after having had watched Dark Side of the 90s about the Spice Girls, those women knew how to fucking party
Oh,
and
yeah.
drink, man.
Partying in the 90s with famous people is probably a lot different than partying nowadays.
Like, I think I can drink and party even in my 20s.
I'm sure we're doing coke and ecstasy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I can drink. And then I see the way that they drink, and I'm like, I'm a Midwestern drunk where I can house like a 20 or 30 case of beer now.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas in comparison, they're like, I can knock off 2/5 by myself plus an 8-ball of Coke. And it's like, I'm sorry. What?
What's the old Nick Swartzen joke about feeling like a gigantic pussy after partying? He's like, man, I had like 12 beers and shots. I'm so hungover. Then you watch like VH1's Behind the Music, and it's like, Nikki Sixx did heroin through a fire hose.
I am. Yes, that is exactly how I feel. Where I'm like, I've done like 6 cherry bombs and I've drank 15 beers in one night, and I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be a rough day the next day. And then I watch a VH1 and I'm like, how are you people still alive? I want to die. I need someone to take me out back like Old Yeller and put me down. And you're like, you guys get up and you're ready to go again.
Just tell me how pretty. Tell me how pretty the flowers are, Ricky. Just tell me how pretty the flowers are.
I'm gonna look, man. I need you to do me the old Mice of Men way, where I'm telling you
A+ for getting that reference.
Georgie, you just got to take me out back and put one in me. She was so pretty and so soft, I couldn't help myself. If you guys don't get that, that's not a rape reference. That is literally just. I don't want anybody to think that if you guys haven't read Of Mice and Men, that is
pick
not
up a Steinbeck.
reference.
Shut up and pick up a Steinbeck.
Yeah,
do yourself a favor.
Yeah,
happy 41st. Happy 41st anniversary to arguably the craziest game show winner of all time. May 19th, 1984, at a taping of CBS daytime game show Press Your Luck.
Yes.
Ice cream truck driver Michael Larson from Ohio became the game's most famous contestant by winning $110,237, the largest one-day total on a daytime game show at the time, and a record that would last until 2006. He noticed in previous episodes the lighted squares on the show's big board had moved in repeated limited patterns, making it simple to avoid whammies while continuing to earn money without losing spins. His game ran so long that it aired across 2 episodes on June 8th and 11th, 1984, the latter day being the series' highest rated episode ever.
Good for that guy for being smart enough to understand light patterns. Because there was another person on The Price is Right. I guess they said that, you scammed The Price is Right.
He memorized every prize amount.
He memorized everything. And they're like, that's cheating. And it's like, I wouldn't really call that cheating, guys. I don't know what you want me to say.
Unless you go to the casino and you memorize your cards.
The casinos, they say that that's wrong and illegal, but fuck you. I mean,
you're smarter than the casino.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm smarter. It's all fun and games when a casino gets to take my money, but when I take the casino's money, then it's illegal and I'm counting cards and they're going to beat the shit out of me with their thugs out back. Fuck you, casino. Maybe just give me a little bit of money and I just won't tell anybody how it's done.
A double happy trails here, one of them being a melancholy happy trails. Cheers concluded this day in 1993 after 11 seasons, and one of its most prominent members, George Wendt, who played Norm, passed away this week and absolutely ruined my entire year. Passed away at the age of 76.
Oh my God, I want you guys to understand what you're saying right now. You say he passed away at the age of 76.
That
correct?
means, yes, that he started the show when he was 29.
Yeah. When he was 29,
bonkers.
that is insane. That man looks like he was in his mid-40s.
Mid-40s.
He looked like he was in his mid-40s and divorced at the age of 29. However, just to add to that, me and the missus, we started watching Cheers. We started watching the entire show. We are halfway through season 1.
Just skip ahead to season 3, by the way. No, I'm sorry. That's a hot take because Shelley Long is so fucking annoying in that show.
I love Shelley Long. We love Shelley Long.
No,
what are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Diane is one of the worst.
Indiana, Fort Wayne native Shelley Long.
She's not a terrible person. Her character is insufferable.
I love Diane.
She's insufferable in that show.
I love Diane and I love Coach. So I'm not going to pass up.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I am not passing up any episodes to watch Diane and or Coach, no matter how much the fan base or the hardcore fans might hate Diane. Sorry, guys. I'm a Diane fan. I'll let you all know how I feel about the show and about Rebecca.
Four seasons.
Yeah, I'll let you all know how I feel about Rebecca in a couple of seasons here. So give me about a month or two for one of the next few episodes, and I'll let you know then. But as of right now, we are absolutely loving this show. And because we're alcoholics, we found drinking rules for the show as well, which one of the ground...
Drink every time they say Norm?
That is one. Everybody drinks every time somebody yell his name. Yep, when they yell, Norm! Another one is you pick a character on the show. Every time someone says that person's name, you drink for it. Don't ever pick Sam.
Yeah.
0 out of 10. Don't ever do that. I did that for the first 4 episodes. I picked Sam, and I got the chance to pick and choose a different character each episode. I said, nah, fuck it. I'll just roll out. Because I said, well, the first episode, you got to get to know the character.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to say their names a lot. Yeah. No, that's just how that show is. They just say his name constantly. And
Sammy.
I ended up drinking probably about 5 beers just based off of them saying his name. They just kept saying it. I was like, oh, Jesus. Oh, geez. I was like, oh, Rick. Oh, geez, man. That's a lot of beer for this guy. Why do they keep saying Sam's name?
The bar that Cheers is based off of put a placard up where Norm usually sits.
The Bullfinch Tavern in Boston. You can also visit that tavern in Fallout 4.
Yeah, you can.
1 year away from being considered retro, happy 15th anniversary Red Dead Redemption.
Ooh, okay. Wow.
Wow, here we go, guys. That means that there was some kid that was born in what is that, 2010, and they're now in high school now. There was some kid in high school,
Their dad was playing Red Dead.
and their dad was playing
While
Red
mom was
Dead.
giving birth to the child in the
I'm
hospital.
not saying that much. That's really mean. But that
Wow.
definitely means that there was probably some dad about 15 years ago, probably some 20-year-old that was playing Red Dead, and he ended up knocking up his girlfriend, and he has a 15-year-old kid now. And it's probably like, holy shit, I really wish I would have wore a condom that night. Hey, look at
Call
that.
back.
Look at that wraparound I just did about child safety and protection against having children.
Happy 45th anniversary Double Shot, Empire Strikes Back, and The Shining.
Oh, geez.
Both of them this month
Did
in
they come out-
1980.
Did they come out the same weekend?
Yeah, they came out the same-ish week. One says May 23rd, 1980. The other one did not give a date.
I can't imagine that they would put those two movies head to head. Although I could see that potentially happening because Stephen King movies they're not like what's known as a Stephen King movie now.
Well, also, you get more under the dome kind of movies where it's not like necessarily like a horror based.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the day, you had The Shining, you had Misery, you had Pet Cemetery, you had Carrie.
Well, Misery came out in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Misery was 9.
Yeah. Well, don't forget you also had. Oh shit! Def edit this. Holy shit!
Nope.
I still love.
No, it's high. What the fuck is the car movie where all the electronics come to life?
From a Buick 8.
No,
Which is by the way a great Stephen King book, by the way.
Motherfuck me.
While you look for that fact, fun fact about The Shining, Stanley Kubrick used to call Stephen King up at 3 a.m. just to ask him if he believed in God during the shooting of that movie. That's one of the wildest things I heard about that movie. And poor Shelley Duvall.
It's not like High Volts, but it's something.
Are you talking about the movie with the Green Goblin truck?
Yes. High. That's why I said it's high.
It's not high. So
Maximum
Overdrive.
Yeah, it's Maximum Overdrive.
Yes, where the trucks come alive.
Yeah.
Stephen King gets hit in the nuts with a pop machine.
Yes, Maximum Overdrive. It's one of my favorite Stephen King films.
So that's gonna be fun to edit.
I'm sorry, I told him to stop, and he kept going. So.
Well, speaking of books, we're to wrap this up. Happy trails to your summer reading list.
Am I not getting free personal pan pizzas anymore for my read it?
Book It Club.
For my book it, yeah.
Actually, if you read the books on here, you might get a little more than that. Illinois prominent Chicago Sun-Times newspaper has confirmed that a summer reading list, which included several recommendations for books that don't exist,
What?
was created using artificial intelligence by a freelancer who worked with one of their content partners. Social media posts began to circulate on Tuesday, criticizing the paper for allegedly using the AI software ChatGPT to generate an article with book recommendations for the upcoming summer season called Summer Reading List for 2025. As such chatbots are known to make up information, a phenomenon often referred to as AI hallucination, the article contains several fake titles attached to real authors. As early Tuesday afternoon, the post had more than 1,000 likes and nearly 500 reposts. Among the fake book titles, I might save this for a game.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned
Okay.
till next
I
week.
might
stay
save this.
tuned.
I might save those for a game.
Is it next week?
That's hilarious. The article includes descriptions for each of the phony books, as well as reasons why readers may enjoy them. The article includes a few real titles, such as Atonement by Ian McEwan. So shout out Ian McEwan. Others on social media have pointed out the use of AI appears to be found throughout the pages of the Chicago Sun-Times Summer 2025 section. Screenshots of an article called Summer Food Trends shows the piece quotes a purported Cornell University food anthropologist named Catherine First, but there appears to be no one by that name that works at Cornell. Tuesday morning, the official account for the Chicago Sun-Times on Blue Sky addressed the controversy. We're looking into how it made it into print as we speak. It is not editorial content. It was not created by or approved by the Sun-Times newsroom. By Tuesday evening, the publication had released a story confirming that AI had been used to create the list, which was supplied by a nationally recognized content partner and syndicated to the Wisconsin newspapers. Speaking of things that are fake news, Andy, where can they find you?
I don't exist on the internet, but you can follow our podcast at retro_smashed on X. Twitter. We do have a Facebook page now, so find us on Facebook, Retro Smashed, Video Game Podcast. It's been actually kind of pumping on Facebook compared to the rest of our other social medias.
Yes,
Ooh.
so if you guys, for all our older listeners out there who are tired of the fake news in the Nazis on Twitter, you are more than welcome to follow us on Facebook, where there is more fake news but less Nazis. We'll be more than happy to talk to you guys.
I don't think they should really use that as a tagline.
There's no Nazis here.
I mean, I didn't say that there were no Nazis. I just said that there were less Nazis. I just said less.
More fake news and less Nazis.
I mean, like, there's just about as much fake news and less Nazis.
We're also talking about fake news and less Nazis. We're also on Blue Sky, Retro Smashed, Instagram, Retro Smashed,
TikTok, Retro Smashed.
Send us an email at retrosmashed@gmail.com. We got a spam mail here. Hi, I can create videography app. If you interested, we can discuss over call or Zoom meeting. Thanks, Capel.
Thanks,
Capel.
Thank you, Capel. We
Thanks,
will
Capel.
absolutely not be doing that, but we appreciate you reaching out to us. Thank you.
Follow us on Patreon, Retro Smashed. Dollar gets you a shout out. Shout out to Danny H Streetcar. Shout out to Zombie Loves Pie. Shout out to Michael W. Thank you for supporting us. You can also support us for that $1, get you that shout out, and give me an email or something to get you some stickers back at you, Michael and Curtis. Zombie Loves Pie. Like, I keep yelling at you. Give me something. I'll get you those stickers.
Maybe you should email them, bud.
I did.
Oh, okay. He's doing it electronically and vocally. Please, guys, he just wants to give you all.
Well, I
some
mailed them on.
stickers.
I gave them notice on Patreon. Maybe I got to find their actual email.
Maybe you should find our actual email.
All
and
right.
email.
If you're listening to this afterwards, I guess we're going to be at our local town Pride Festival. So we got some stickers there too if you want to end up coming there, I guess. Ricky, before you fall asleep,
I'm dying.
where are you at?
I'm an old man. It's my bedtime.
I'm dying.
You can find me on Twitter at AfroKing89. You can also find my old YouTube channel at It's the Afro King, where I did old movie reviews. You can find me on Blue Sky at Ricky.mj, .bsky.social, or whatever the fuck the hashtag is for that. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I am more than happy to have actual conversations with you guys. I promise I am being a lot more vigilant about responding to my DMs on there. There was a period of time where I wasn't. I also don't have like notifications turned on, so my bad to those who said some stuff to me and I did not respond back. I apologize. I'm a bad person. Oh, Weldy, where can they find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/weldytime whenever I have the energy to stream, which is not much anymore.
No, I upgraded my phone and I haven't upgraded Twitch yet, so I don't know when you're streaming until I will see you pop up.
I've seen it. I know that I typically see it on like Monday, Wednesdays, and
Sundays.
I will say my fatigue is paying off because my first 2 of my 6 classes in school, I have A's.
Hey,
congrats,
So,
bud. Heck
yes,
yeah.
I'm a third of the way to a marketing certificate. So
Hey,
there'll be some nights where it's like, I'm not going to stream. I'm just going to do homework and buckle down.
as you should. School is way more important than this internet shit. But with that marketing degree, you'll be able to actually help
help
promote
put the
Yeah.
help grow
podcast.
our
I know. Yeah.
podcast. Hey,
should get the
look at
Discord
that.
going.
Wait
Yeah.
till he gets the Discord going. Then you guys can talk to us all the time, I promise. We'll
Mm.
actually be more responsive through there.
Hooray.
We won't have a choice.
Oh.
All right.
Well, so I was going to say, I was going to say, since you opened it, you want to put a nice little bow on this for us?
yeah, so since Weldy's dying and Andy's pretty well tipsy over there, from all of us here at Retro Smash, we appreciate you listening to us tonight. Thank you so very much for your ear sockets. We will get back to you in a couple of weeks. Until then, good night, Canada.
Kicks on the ice.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Nicely done.
Funny joke at the end that's going to get cut. 3, 2, 1, and cut.
Joke's cut.
Funny joke.
Joke is cut just like all of my friends' penises.
Funny joke.
What was really weird is the fact that I actually know which one of my friends have been circumcised and which ones haven't circumcised.
How many of our penises have you seen besides mine?
I know enough about all of my friends' penises to know whose has and whose hasn't been cut.
I know one friend who's not. He's not big or longer. He's definitely uncut.
Well, we all know that Scott isn't cut. I'm not gonna say the other person because that's not my place to put their business out there.
Scott is
on the internet. However, we do have another friend who is definitely not cut, and it's even funnier because Shauna is like, I am tired of knowing about all of your friends' dicks who have and have not been cut. She's like, why do I know this
Why are
information?
you talking about other your friends' penises? Or something?
Don't you, what? Are
Don't
you,
I
it's-
know? I
it's-
don't.
It's
What else are you
the
talking about?
the guy whose dick I've probably seen more than anybody outside of my own, more than anybody else's. This guy, the audacity of this son of a bitch.
Good night, Canada.
And stop.